Quadratic equation by factorization. So having done factorization of quadratic expressions in the previous chapter, we're now going to look at not the expression this time around, but solving quadratic equation. So let's take the first quadratic equation, which goes this way: x squared plus 8x minus 20 equals 0. So what are the factors of 20? That's when you multiply, you have 20, and you add or subtract, you get 8. So let's think very fast. Factors of 20, 4, 5, will it go? No. 10 and 1, will it go? Sorry, 10 and 2. I think this will go. So x squared plus 10x minus 2x minus 20 equals 0. So we'll put brackets here. If you put a bracket here, you need to be very careful. If you put a bracket, immediately you put a bracket, this changes to plus. Why will it change to plus? So that when you open the bracket, you are multiplying, it changes back to minus. Okay, so you need to be very careful. So we now bring out our factors: x plus 10. Okay, then we'll have minus 2. This is x. Then plus 10 equals 0. Okay, so we just brought out 2. Now we'll now collect x plus 10 is common, so we'll have x plus 10 in the first bracket, and second bracket, x minus 2 equals 0. So factorized, but now we're supposed to solve and find out what x is. So if this times this equals 0, it means this x minus 2 could be 0, or x plus 10 could be 0. Now let me explain. Whenever two things are multiplying each other, let's say a times b equals 0, it means that one of these, either this is 0 or this is 0, or both of them will be equal to 0. Okay, let's say 2 times 0 equals 0, or it could be otherwise 0 times 5 equals 0. So any of them could be 0, or both of them 0 times 0 equals 0. So since we have these two multiplying and giving us 0, it means that x minus 2 equals 0, or x plus 10 equals 0. So if it's the first case, it means that x equals 2. Then if it's the second case, it means that x equals minus 10. So for this equation, we'll have that x equals 2 or minus 10. So quadratic equations most times have two answers. Okay, let's take another example. And this one says 2a squared plus 7a minus 15 equals 0. Now this one is a little different, because this will have 2 instead of this a squared. So we won't just say factors of 15, we'll instead say 2 times 15 is 30. So we'll now look for factors of 30 instead. That's when you multiply, it will give 30, and when you add or subtract, it will give you 7. Okay, factors of 30 could be 10 and 3, and I think that's what we're looking for. So we'll now have 2a squared plus 10a minus 3a minus 15 equals 0. The important thing is, look at this. If I decide to subtract, we'll come back to this. So the questions are still the same. We'll factorize. So for this, we'll bring out 2a as a constant here. A here, then plus 5. Then for this 2, we'll have minus 3. Then a here, and plus 5 equals 0. So bring 2a minus 3 in one bracket, and a plus 5 in one bracket equals 0. Therefore a plus 5 equals 0, or 2a minus 3 equals 0. So here a will be equal to -5, and for this second case we have it that 2a equals 3, or we'll take 3 to that side, and a will be equal to 3/2. Therefore a equals -5 or 3/2. That's our final answer. Okay, so at this point I want to click on Start Quiz and answer all the questions.